Welcome, one and all, to the famed Jack Shea Arena alongside the 1932 Rink in Lake Placid, New York, as we prepare for the ultimate, the final championship game, this one in the prep division. This is the 43rd annual Northwood Invitational Hockey Tournament, and the host team has found itself in 2 of the 3 championships this morning and afternoon. Varsity did not make it, but girls and prep Northwood did.
Quickly, we'll hit this stuff on the second half. Just work this in whenever you want, you know, the Lake Placid, winter capital of the year, all that stuff. We'll hit this stuff in the second half, but hit him hard like 3 or 4 times, 2 or 3 times. Jake and lock him fire. Hit him hard. We'll talk more second half.
Alrighty, folks, and we are underway.
Goalie's name, they call him Big Z, Slovakian.
Zelenek in net for the Northwood School. And so we are underway, 2 25-minute halves, just a little bit of behind-the-scenes chatter between myself and the producer as we get some information at the last moment. This was scheduled as a 2 p.m. puck drop. We are running just about 18 minutes behind there as we get changes out on the ice. Who am I? My name is Glenn Burnett with the play-by-play and color commentary. So good to be here. So glad you'd have me here, as this here is the 43rd annual Northwood Invitational Hockey Tournament, and you are watching Game Capsule TV's YouTube channel presentation, live presentation, for those of you who are here while it's live, of South Kent skating in the red sweaters with the black and white trim, and the Northwood prep team. The Northwood girls went to the championship in this weekend. The varsity team did not, but the prep team did. So an opportunity to close out as the girls grabbed the championship in the previous game. And the boys trying to come up with a championship as well. As this is played down below the goal line, Northwood in the offensive zone. For those of you out on the chat stream, go ahead and let us know where you're watching from. You know the drill. Where are you watching from? Which team are you watching? We like to show some hospitality to both sides that are out on the ice. And who's your player? So where are you watching from? Who's your player? And let's see what else we have here. As we'll take a look in at wholesale line changes coming out onto the ice. Batten, Bookbinder, Lasky. Looks like we have Kent out on the wing. In the net, they call him Big Z. That is Zelenek. We've had a chance to watch Zelenek on a couple of occasions, and this one beats Zelenek as South Kent gets on the board with the icebreaker. 1:50 into regulation. Someone broke a twig out there, but I'm sure that they would give up a broken twig if they could trade every time a goal. I'll tell you what, if I get a goal for every twig I break, I am breaking twigs, folks. Watching number 9, Stokesy, watching from Easton, Maryland. Hello, Tom. Thank you so much. Who else is out there?
Northwood School Huskies minor penalty was to number 18, Yulia Zadana. They received 2 minutes or tripping. Time of the penalty, 1:40 in the first half.
And so Zhdanov went to the penalty box for tripping, and the Huskies suffered for it. As this is played out across neutral ice.
Assisting on the goal for the 19, Christopher Bettini. Time of the goal, 1:50, the first half. Nashar for Bettini on the power play.
And so for those of you looking for the administrative work on the score, that was number 21, Jack Pecker, from number 19, Chris Bettini. And so Pecker comes up with the icebreaker, and now the host team trailing by 1. As this is played out to the right point, South Kent occupying the offensive zone, stolen away, and Northwood will come across neutral ice. Bookbinder towing the line. Check that. As that's Owen Flynn out there. Asbridge on the ice for the Huskies as well. And welcome, Leo. Yes, South Kent is on right now. Jacob also. This is the right video for the prep. As this is shot over the cage out towards the far side, pinching down to the half wall is Beedorf. As this comes down across neutral ice, played up ahead by Schneid. Schneid pressing up at the end boards as this is tossed out towards neutral ice. And now from the left side, that's Stokes. Hey, Stokes. Now, some folks are stoked to be in this championship. So we say hi to Madeline, watching from Toronto. Grandson Owen Flynn. That is a Husky. As this is played across neutral ice, and racing up on the left side is Batten. Batten avoiding pressure down by the end wall. As we see Bauman out on the ice as well, trying to secure possession in the offensive zone. From the point and getting it down towards the end boards is Schmidt. Shot, as that's kick saved well up towards the point. Lervik out on the ice on the back check, and Lervik trying to separate puck handler from puck as Zelenek comes up with a short range save. Played out towards the left side, tossed into the offensive zone as Sparrow comes in. Sparrow has a goal this weekend. May have more than a goal, but at least one that I witnessed live. Here's Sparrow from the wide side of the left circle as that one's knocked away. Glove dropped by Montoni, able to come back and get right back into the play, and this is Montoni on the right wing side. Montoni with a long range shot wide of the net, comes off of the end boards towards the near side. Bettini out on the ice. Bettini already having logged an assist. As this is played down low, whistle dead. As Zelenek loses the paddle. And we are down to 18:52 remaining first half action. South Kent up 1-0. 3-2 in the shots on goal comparison, favoring South Kent. That one shot difference giving South Kent the lead. As this is played out towards the right point. Gall down below the goal line, played out to the corner, reverses it back around, and Bettini has it. Tepley up at the point, dropping to the back check. As this is tossed up ahead, chased in by Masheryakov. Masheryakov has had a lot of productivity throughout the weekend. And Schneid out on the ice as well. And Batten working for it on the far side corner. There's a couple of players hitting the ice on the far side corner. Karkner roaming around the left wing circle, trying to hold on to the offensive zone, and Carkner able to cough that one away. That'll hold on to the offensive zone. Asbridge comes up with a steal, being pursued from behind by McCormack. Pitka out on the ice as well. Connor Stokes out there out of Easton, Maryland. For those of you unfamiliar, number 3, Tobias Pitka, a forward out of Slovakia with a commitment to Boston College. And we will mention commitments as we go along for anyone who has already committed. You're committed, right? You're tuned in. On the Huskies side, only the one commitment at this point. And this may be because of the age of each of the skaters. There may be some that have another year here. But that commitment from number 2, Daniel Bookbinder, who will be playing for UMass Lowell next year. As this is sent down towards the end wall. Chasing down is Kuba out of Tampa, Florida. We've got some folks that had tuned in the first game of this championship day out of Tampa. A couple of different folks out of Tampa. I had someone also tuning in from Estero, Florida. That's not terribly far from Tampa. Played off of the end boards towards the near side. Henry Thornton on the ice in the point position on the near side. Thornton has family in-house. We had a chance to chat with his father yesterday when they were playing the Little Flyers in the morning game. Little Flyers out of the greater Philadelphia area. Thornton out of West Chester, Pennsylvania. It turns out that Thornton had played some of his youth hockey with 3 of the Little Flyers 18 squad. Always nice to have that kind of contextual color commentary brought in from the families, as his father told me that he had played with a couple of the Jacobs boys and one of the other Little Flyers skaters, as this is shot off of the end boards around to the near side. Played out to the left side and a quick release, as that's Bettini. Quickly off the stick, hitting glove side against Ilinek. And South Kent goes up 2-0. Who else do we have here? Cheering on number 22, DiNapoli. Hudson DiNapoli out of Syracuse, New York. A timeout for Northwood here, as they're going to have to kind of recompose things. Watching from Silver Spring, Maryland. Go Northwood. All righty. Important opportunity here as Northwood now down by 2 in this first half. And so Mark Morris with everyone's attention. As we'll get a look down at the Northwood bench below. Head coach showing some intensity as well as reserve. So without getting shouty, but still getting the point across with some intensity. As we come out of the timeout, 15-13 remaining, first half action. The host team, Northwood School Huskies, prep squad down 2-0.
Goal scored by number 19, Christopher Battini. Assisting on the goal, number 91, Simon Gall. And number 10, Jakob Friesen. Time of the goal, 9:47 in the first half. Battini from Gall and Friesen at 9:47.
And so Battini from Gall and Friesen. Take a look at some of the potency that you find along this roster for South Kent, which, by the way, shout out to Jamie Russell, the head coach, and the assistant coach, Ryan Bliss. Assistant coach Ryan Bliss helped me out with making sure we had correct pronunciations and or to know who's in or who's out. And hurt right now is Barron. Number 24, Richard Barron, is out hurt. But Barron has a commitment to Arizona State, and that is a solid commitment right there. Out of Bratislava, Slovakia, as South Kent sends one to the box for hooking. 30 seconds ago, Biedorf called for hooking, and now Bookbinder over the top. Rotating over to the left side, probing as he looks to reshape the defensive set. And this is played down the wall. Mashiryakov, a dangerous and effective shooter, out on the right wing side. A couple of seconds here, mishandled. Batten back out towards the left side. Bookbinder with a fake, goes with the off-speed shot across to the low slot. And now over the top, Mashiryakov. Bookbinder now moving over towards the right side. You will see a lot of flexibility out of the young defenseman, as he often works himself into a wing position, and we have seen him a couple of times in power play situations. As this is rebounded down through the low slot, Batten could not get that on net. Batten was set up on the weak side of the play with 20 seconds left in the power play and down by 2, trying to get on the scoreboard. Looking to be good hosts, wanting to take the championship, to show what it means to take a championship as a host team. There are no guarantees. As we go back to full strength, Biedorf goes straight onto the ice into action as this one gets whistled dead. Pinned at the baseboards on the far side half wall. A little extra shove at the tail end. 12:51 remaining first period action. Glenn Burnett with a play-by-play and color commentary. A reminder to you that this event being held in the Olympic Center here in Lake Placid after we have undergone some great renovations in the Olympic Center. Lake Placid, the winter sports capital of the world, no doubt. I watched several pond hockey games being played out on the speed skating oval because the pond was not really skatable. We had 8 games going simultaneously. Today was Championship Sunday. I got out there before my first championship game here for the Invitational to watch some of the adults playing pond hockey for Can-Am. They had World Cup bobsled and skeleton back in December. They had FISU World University Games here and in neighboring Saranac Lake as they went through renovations simultaneous to the renovations here to prepare for those World University Games. Some of those games were also held in a little bit of a satellite area, Paul Smith's College, a college that I work with on a couple of their sports, basketball and hockey, men's and women's. They have a biathlon trail out there, or course out there now. That was part of the World University Games. Lake Placid brings a whole lot of other things as well. They have some ski jumping coming through this weekend. It is so much to keep track of. We get travelers from all over the place. And here we get this 43rd annual Northwood Invitational Hockey Tournament. Does it ever stop? I don't know that it does, even in the summertime. They get activity. So while it may be winter sports capital, and it is well recognized for being so, it is a very busy location here in the North Country of New York, the Adirondacks. as this is sent cross ice towards the right wing side. That'll go down for icing. Can-Am Hockey hosted nearly 100 teams on Mirror Lake and the Olympic Oval, and actually they didn't get much activity on Mirror Lake. Maybe yesterday they did when it chilled off, but Friday it was not ideal. But 100 teams came through, and boy, it was a lot of fun. I did some behind-the-scenes filming there just to capture it. Many of these are notes that have been shared by my producer, and it's good to see that we're both on the same page, because many of these things are things that I touch upon as part of contextual color. The Village hosted, oh look at this, the ski jumping world. Oh look at this, I don't even have to, over 20,000 fans from across the world. Last week, the Empire State Games brought thousands of young athletes. Oh my goodness, I think we share the same brain. I'm pretty sure Matt Scheller, my producer, and I are on the same page. I have to give it up to him for having written all of this stuff down. Now I know I can do a little bit of handwriting analysis on my producer. Really is no place in the world like Lake Placid. Oh, you better believe it. I was back here in 1980, not during the Winter Games, but my mother drove me, my brother and sister up here. We took a trip up to the top of Whiteface Mountain. Got to hang out around Lake Placid for a little while. What good times with the family. I am certainly not the only one. Millions of people come through here. As this is played out across neutral ice. Northwood still down by 2. 2-0 in this first period. 11 minutes remaining. We'll also get a chance to acknowledge somewhere along the program our officials. We have had some fine officiating in the first 2 championship games as the game played itself the way hockey plays itself. What's the saying that they have? Puck don't lie? I think that's a saying. If not, make it a saying. No, I know that it comes from other sports too, as this is played from behind the net. South Kent with possession and looking for the long stretch out to the opposite blue line. We have not seen many of those. I saw one of those this weekend, that long diagonal stretch to the opposite blue line. But Northwood well attended on defense, not allowing anything to get behind. Our officials today, Zach Dupree, Evan Knox, and Bill O'Reilly. Zach Dupree and Evan Knox are the refs, and on the line, Bill O'Reilly. Combined between these 3,000 of games officiated, as that's played off of the end wall. Picked up by Lasky as Lasky sends it up ahead on the left side. They've officiated Can-Am Hockey, Northwood School, the local association, and more. And you don't have to tell me, Matt, but thank you. It is not a very easy job. It's very challenging. Of course, when we see the reaction of the audience at Northwood games, these Northwood fans, the audience, the supporters, are fairly well versed in hockey and also know that sometimes it is much ado about nothing to get riled up about every little thing. And so generally speaking, they show great composure because they know the game, they know how it works, and they know that not everything is a penalty and not every official needs to be yelled at. And it's good to see that kind of pleasant hospitality extended to the officials. From the right wing side, toe drag move, but taken away. So yes, indeed, thanks so much for recognizing that, Matt. Somebody's got to say it, and this one just missing on the weak side, as Masharyakov was in a perfect position there. Still looking to get one on the board, these Huskies are. We give a shout out Oh, let's see here. Thank you, everyone watching along with us this weekend. All your games are not just streamed, but recorded and uploaded for you to enjoy anytime right here on Game Capsule on YouTube. 8.5 to go as we've got a player down for South Kent. As we stand by. Down on the near side corner and coming up very gingerly. As we await with some assistance. Working his way over to the bench. And I believe that's Biedorf, and it is. Biedorf coming off very gingerly, sore. No better time for me to remind folks out there that I always feel I'd like to see the best of health and well-being for all, not just on the ice, off the ice, around the globe, wherever you are. I even extend that well wish to the golfer on the moon. And so the best to Biedorf. Speaking of recovering from injuries, I had learned on Friday when Henry Thornton was setting up for his first game of the weekend that he had a hand injury recently and has returned to play. What else have we got here? If you enjoy our coverage, please hit that subscribe button for a lot of fun youth hockey and high school hockey related content this year. Mark, a shout out to you for number 12 South Kent, Sam Chevron, cheering from Powhatan, Virginia. Powhatan, Virginia. Let me know if that's a correct pronunciation there, Mark. Thank you so much. Played in on the paddle. And now from the right side, working past the half wall. That's Trudeau. We had a chance to talk to Alexis's father also. I believe that was on Friday. The Trudeaus out of Terrebonne, Quebec. For those of you unfamiliar, we just had a pandemic, if you didn't know. And during that pandemic, a lot of the activities were shut down in the Olympic Center here. That was terrible. But also, once activities did resume, and we were covering lots of Can-Am hockey, we didn't have CAN. We didn't have Canada. You know, the CAN part of Can-Am hockey. For 3 years, we didn't have Canadians down here to play the sport that, well, I guess without them we wouldn't have. I don't know, I feel like this sport seems to be quite obvious. It would have worked its way out one way or another. But yes, thank you, Canada. And Canada now back in town, and very nice to know that the Trudeau family can travel down here to see their son play high-level hockey. All righty. Wholesale changes out on the ice. As we get a look in as Pekar out on the ice, centering the forward line. Pekar roaming around the near side corner. As this is played out towards the right side, Bauman gets a soft one off of the stick towards the net. Northwood has gotten 10 shots off in this first half so far, 10-8. It's been very defensive out here. And the South Kent goaltender out of Littleton, Colorado, Jeremy Carpenter, has turned away all 10 shots. Carpenter sends it up around the Dashers as this comes all the way out and around to Kent. Kent up at the point for the Huskies. Sent out to the far side corner. Out to Bookbinder. Bookbinder plays it up ahead to Sparrow. Sparrow plays it up ahead towards the right wing side as DiNapoli out on the ice as well. And Kent sends it deep as Carpenter comes up with pressure coming on. Devin Bard giving cover for some substitutions away from the play, and now coming off to the bench himself. Here's Batten in the corner, plays it up to the point. Schneid sends it down. Check that. Yes, Schneid. No, check that. Thornton. Let's see here. Jacob, number 2, Daniel Bookbinder, outside of Philadelphia. Watching from outside of Philadelphia. That's Jacob. Shout out. Jacob, we had some folks playing yesterday out of that greater Philadelphia area. The Little Flyers went up against Northwood Prep yesterday. Thornton is out of Westchester, Pennsylvania. A couple of Jacobs skaters for the Little Flyers, brothers, Jimmy and Jeremy, out of Westchester as well. We've spent some time down there for some Super Series AAA hockey. And we covered a variety of teams that fall under that umbrella. Shot, Zelenek with the stop. Zelenek has been given the nickname Big Z, as this is chipped up and out of play. Somebody gets a souvenir. We covered AAA Super Series for Hockey TV down at Bristol Arena, home of the Grundy Senators. Are you familiar, Jacob? Tatiana, can you give a big shout out to Big Z? Oh, look at that. What timing. I just said Big Z. In goal for Northwood from England, as he's my nephew. Whereabouts in England, Tatiana? As this is played out towards the far side, chased down by Stokes. I know we've got some Stokes fans in the house. And someone, I think, yes. Thank you so much for that update. That is Davis, not Carpenter. And so, Carpenter, I'm sorry to take 10 saves away from you, but we must put them where they belong. And so thank you so much to Tom out there, reminding us that the Nashua, New Hampshire goaltender Griffin Davis has 10 saves this first half, with 3.5 to go in the half, as Montoni sends it out towards the far side corner. Bookbinder tracking down the available puck. Kent sends it up ahead as this is stepped out to neutral ice. Masheryakov with a shot blockered away by Davis. Davis. Alrighty. That's one of the things I enjoy about the interactivity of the chat there. Try not to do too much checking in on it, but just enough to kind of keep things interesting. My priority, number 1, play-by-play. Secondarily, color. 2 separate roles. The more critical one is the play-by-play. From the top of the slot, shot deflected, brought down to the ice, and there you go. Popping the net and the water bottle. as the initial attack came back out. And Bauman leading the charge. We'll fill you in as soon as we get the official word from the PA announcer. That's Packer across the way. Shout out to Packer. As far as the assists, Sandy, Bedfordshire, England.
Northwood School Huskies goal scored by number 17, Cole Wallman. Assisting on the goal, number 27, Brenner Coombs. Having the goal, 22-14 in the first half.
And so,
Coombs at 22-14.
And so with 2:46 remaining in the half, the Huskies get on the board, trailing 2-1 now. That was Bauman from Coombs. And it gets interesting. Now the Northwood girls had established a lead of 2-1 into the second half. The Huskies here have been trailing 2-0 for quite some time, but finally getting something to work out. Wheeling around with a blind shot. Well, was kind of holding the puck on the outside from the right wing side. Shot and battling for it. That's Harkimo out of Finland. We had a viewer this morning watching from Finland, as this is played by Pekar. And now racing up on the left wing side. That's Bard. Bard buying a little bit of time as fresh skates come out on the ice for the Huskies. Bookbinder sends it up ahead. We bumped into the Bookbinder family while I was out on the road. You know, the pandemic forced me to have to go find work outside of the Olympic area, which is where I live. And we ended up down in Marlborough, Massachusetts. Shout out to Marlborough, Massachusetts, if you're familiar. Why the heck not shout out to Chris Masters of the Boston Junior Bruins while we're at it, celebrating 23 years leading the Boston Junior Bruins. There's Bookbinder tying it up in the corner. We're into the final minute of the first half. And while we were down at their Beantown Fall Classic in 2021, not on Northwood games, on other USPHL games, as that one's missed down in a low slot, half a minute to go. We bumped into some of the Northwood School Huskies and also got to meet Daniel's father. Had a little bit of time off, got to watch the Huskies play into an overtime victory during my time off on that weekend when I wasn't calling games. And that'll do it for the first half. And so at the end of one, South Kent strikes once and twice, and Northwood, towards the tail end of the first half, strikes another time as they trail 2-1. As we go to the intermission, we'll step outside, check the dew point, rotate the tires. When we come back, Jonathan will teach you how to build a floating bookshelf from the 1932 rink in Lake Placid, New York. You are watching the 43rd annual Northwood Invitational Hockey Tournament. We'll be right back. It is time for half number 2. As we get ready to drop the puck on the second half of this prep championship game. South Kent skating in the red sweaters with a white and black trim, leading 2-1. My name's Glenn Burnett with the play-by-play and color commentary alongside Robin on the camera operations. And on behalf of Matt Scheller, our producer, you're watching the 43rd annual Northwood Invitational Hockey Tournament. This is Sunday, February 12th, just 9 minutes after 3 o'clock, local Lake Placid time. As we come out of the intermission, Northwood trailing by 1. They scored with just under 3 minutes remaining in the first half. They had been trailing by 2 for much of the first half. As this is tossed out across the ice, that will go out of play. As we went to the break, we had mentioned locker room 5 for all of your hockey needs across the street. A favorite for folks who may need last-minute replacements, sticks. They do rental skates over there, sweaters, etc. It's locker room 5 across the street from the municipal parking lot outside the Olympic Center. I also want to acknowledge Crown Plaza for being a major contributor to the hospitality for all of the tourists that come in and out of this Olympic Village. As this plays out across neutral ice, early second half action. Someone mentioned the Pickled Pig to me too. If you enjoy good food and drink fare, the Pickled Pig. I have a friend, you know, in my other world, I am sometimes a singer-songwriter that performs out and around, and I have a singer-songwriter friend who recently had a series going on over there, regular basis. Her name's Jay Danny, and she had, not exactly a full residency at Pickled Pig, but a regular schedule appearance over there. Fine musician she is. That's the Pickled Pig, also across the street from the Olympic Center. So much convenience in all of the hospitality around here, as this is played back into neutral ice. Over to Schneid. Schneid out towards the left wing side as the Huskies looking to go horizontal in the zone. Kent out to Bookbinder. Bookbinder sends it deep into the corner. Schneid from the corner, being harassed from behind as we welcome the fans back out there on the interwebs. Who else is out there? Where are you watching from? Who's your team? And what took you so long to shout out to us? This is played around to the near side. Chipped up off of the glass from the half wall. From the left wing side over to the right side. Schmidt with an opportunity as that's turned away. The South Kent U18 team has given quite a bit of frustration to these Huskies as they have defended their own zone well and continue to do so. Shot off the side pipe as Big Z. If you're sitting where I'm sitting and you can look very closely and notice micro movements of the head on the young netminder, how tuned into the play he is. And if anybody would make a solid play-by-play commentator. Yes, I had to think about that. It's a goaltender. They see so much action. They communicate so much to the teammates. Not to take anything away from the communication by the skaters, but the goaltenders, they see it all. As this is played by Trudeau Lalancette out on the ice. We haven't had a chance to see number 4 as much. And sometimes that's by nature of being on the opposite side of the ice and not being identified as an opportunity. The collective gasp by the Huskies fans as there was an open opportunity on the backside. I will give a shout out to the back row here, Andy Donatello. Andy's worked with the Northwood School in an athletics capacity to the extent that I know, in a trainer position. He also handed out the Girls' Championship Cup. .1918 remaining. Second half action. Shots on goal, South Kent 13, Northwood 12. And that one shot difference with South Kent leading 2-1. As this is played across neutral ice through the center as Bookbinder heads straight towards the net, gets a redirect off the side of the net. And now played behind the net, and a tough hit at the end boards. The South Kent player immediately coming off the ice was pinned up against the end wall in an unusual position. That's Montoni. We hope that he is not injured, as this is Bauman. Bauman weaving his way out towards the left side, shot kick save away. And who can that be? Oh, let's call him Griffin Davis. Tom, is that okay? Shot through traffic. Thank you so much, by the way, Tom. Seven minutes into the second half. Our final championship game of the weekend. Who's watching in Philadelphia? Oh yeah, Jacob. You got such a full schedule of championships, and one, might you say, relevant one? We've got some Giants fans in the house. We don't want to tell anybody about that. And best of luck to you, Jacob. Played to the end wall. Tepley out on the ice for South Kent. And now Batten veering out towards the left side. Oh yeah, that's the look. Tepley sends that on up the stick shaft and into the offensive zone as Tepley buys just enough time for some substitutions. Played to the right side as Batten knocks it into the end boards and takes a hit. Solid hit there put on by Margell. Played from the near side as Margell tracks back out of Potomac, Maryland. There's one interesting one out here who already put one on the board. Number 19. Anybody out there following number 19 for South Kent? As Pitka comes in. Pitka we mentioned was committed to Boston College, but number 19, Bettini, committed to a nationally ranked team, Merrimack. I have a broadcasting buddy who does some play-by-play for Merrimack. His name's John Leahy. If you ever get a chance to listen to a John Leahy broadcast, I hope you enjoy it. And South Kent squeezing one through. This did not look like it had made it through, but Zelenek frozen down in the butterfly as the puck crosses the line, and South Kent back up by 2. 16-14 remaining. Leading the way on the line there, Tepley. We had only just recently been hearing Tepley's name. As we see Bettini back out there, the future Merrimack skater. Played from the far side corner up the right wing side out to Bettini. Bettini with a centering pass. As that one gets caught up by Lervik. Lervik getting a skate in the way, deflecting it off path. Otherwise, Bettini had a perfect pass.
The goal was unassisted. Top of the goal, 8:46 in the second half. Tepley unassisted at 8:46.
And so Tepley goes unassisted. Laid up across neutral ice, sent out towards the right side as Kuba comes off of the ice, and we see Tomas out there. Tomas, another skater out of Slovakia. Schneid, shot off to the post as that one bounces midway up the slot. Schneid got some action on that one as Margell sends it D to D out to the right side. Backhanded deep to Big Z. Angled out towards the left side. Dropped off, and a shot, a ripper into the glass as this comes around to the near side. Gathered up by Trudeau-Lalancette. Out towards the left side, losing an edge momentarily, but up ahead to the wing to Schneid. As Schneid drops that off to Masheryakov. And now the Huskies trying to get it back. As Thornton out on the ice in the defensive position. Deflected up and out of play. And that'll give us a moment to remind you about Adirondack Premier Properties. For those of you who are interested in a little bit of real estate, Adirondack Premier Properties. As this is played up ahead as Chevron out on the ice on the forward line. Pitka chases in on one corner and Chevron tries to cut off the puck wrapping around on the near side. Now Huskies come up with possession. As this bounces to the near side corner, Tepley sends it around the corner on the opposite side as it's retrieved by Bookbinder. Coming around on the near side, off the glass, into neutral ice. That'll be chased down by Thornton as that goes down for icing. Continuing on that last thought. Adirondack Premier Properties, a Berkshire Hathaway business with home, residential, waterfront, commercial, and vacation rentals. Find them online, adkpp.com. Adirondack Premier Properties. As this is played down to the end wall, 12:57 remaining in regulation. As this is picked up by Trudeau-Lalancette. And now stolen away as Pekar gets pickpocketed. On the right side, sending it up ahead is Bard. Sheriakoff able to poke check that one away, and Bookbinder comes up with the available puck. South Kent coming up with fresh skates on the ice. Christian out there, another skater out of Slovakia for South Kent. 1, 2, 3, 4 skaters out of Slovakia for South Kent. And they've got one out of Finland as well. Masheriakov with a shot from above the circle, and a wrister by Schneid gets knocked away, and now Schneid comes up with the puck. Played down the goal line, sent around to the near side. As we hear a whistle, not really much activity as it goes for power plays and such, and things have been moving along at a pretty good clip as far as keeping a live action game live and active. Give a shout out once again to our officials, Zach Dupree, Evan Knox, and Bill Riley. Oh, that name sounds familiar. I wonder if that's the same Bill Riley that was over at Saranac Lake Pee Wee Hockey Association. Perhaps. Pretty small world locally, and it feels like a small world if you were to think of hockey as a town. Plenty of folks that have come through the Olympic Center here that we know of from parts elsewhere. As this is played down around the corner board, chased down, and absorbing the hit is Kent. And Zelenek with the save. Save number 12 for Zelenek. Don't forget to check in, do all your sports watching if you wish. A little food, a little drink over at Dancing Bear. Dancing Bear in Lake Placid, just at the bottom of the hill as you come down Saranac Avenue. Right on the corner just before you merge onto Main Street. Dancing Bear, great atmosphere, cozy. During the summer times, you can sit outside on the upper deck. Beautiful times there. They get some live music out there as well. Just another one of the businesses providing world-class hospitality. As Trudeau-Lalancette sends it up ahead, and Schmidt brings it into the offensive zone. Fresh skates coming on, and between Trudeau-Lalancette, check that, Thornton and Schmidt, they're able to hold possession in the offensive zone. Not always an easy thing to do. A redirect down low as Schneid got in the way down in the slot. Schneid looking to close the exit door as this is sent behind the defense. A little bit too hot to handle as Harkimo, the Finnish skater, chasing it down, finally hemmed in at the corner boards. And the Huskies trailing by 2, still 10 minutes even remaining. And this is Schneid. Schneid, a little chipper, saucers it up and over the blade of the defender. From the left side, Masheriakov. Any moment here. As that one's flung in by Lervik. Lervik able to hold that blue line. And now Bookbinder coming in and making fast rotations, these Huskies are. Kent back on as well with Bookbinder. Zelenek still in the net. We don't want to be surprised. It's still a little bit too far out to consider pulling Big Z. Played out towards Bookbinder, and Kent unable to get it. An opportunity out in front of the net as that one slips away. Huskies with guards across the slot, the low and high slot. As Bookbinder sends that out in front, and a big play down low as Kent, seeing the rebound coming off of Zelenek's leg pad, going towards the weak side. It looks like the two have their equipment entangled. Kent diving to the ice and swiping at the puck, able to clear it from that danger zone. As this is played out to the far side corner. Lasky digging at it. Schmidt right behind. Schmidt sends it up to the point. Off of the end wall. Wrap around towards the low side. And now Tepley on the left wing side. Tepley centering pass into the top of the slot. But no red sweaters up there. Played out of the corner, chipped out to neutral ice. Trudeau Lala set, sends it out to the left side. As Trudeau able to get it into the offensive zone. But now from D to D, Tepley up to the left side. Stokes chipping it down towards the end wall. Trudeau Lala set, avoiding the hit. A little pulling the chair out kind of thing. Maybe. Played around to the near side. As we check back in. Come on, Team Northwood. Plenty of time left. That's from Tatiana. 6:48 remaining in regulation. Monica checking in. Welcome, Monica. Goal, goal, goal. Well, let's see if the Huskies can close that gap. They had drawn to within one at the tail end of the first half. Made it very interesting as Schneid unable to possess the puck. And that'll go down for icing. .6:16 remaining, second period action in this here, the 43rd annual Northwood Invitational Hockey Tournament, the final championship of Championship Sunday, the prep game, as the Northwood Huskies trailing 3-1 to South Kent U18 group. We've already given a shout out to Jamie Russell and Ryan Bliss, the head coach and assistant coach respectively. And how about we give a shout out to head coach Mark Morris and assistant coach Steve Malaro. The news is that Steve Malaro will be taking over head coaching duties for Coach Mark Morris. This is Coach Morris's last year. And so Coach Malaro inheriting a fine organization. And we wish the best to Mark Morris in any of his non-Northwood School Huskies head coaching endeavors. And we look forward to great success as Coach Steve Malaro will take over the helm. Leo, welcome. Late, but not too late. 5:39 remaining in regulation. Leo cheering on number 88, Dan Harkamo. What time is it there? Are you out in Finland, Leo? We had a fan watching from Finland on our opening championship game, the 10:30 a.m. game. As Tepley lasers that one to the far side corner wall. Zelenek settles it. Played up ahead as that one gets past Trudeau. Down towards the end wall. Fresh skates coming out for the Huskies. As Schneid comes back out on the ice to the backhand. Nobody on the back door as Masheryakov comes up with it. Knocked up ahead, and who can it be? From the left wing side, easing it out in front, trying to get a touch on it as Coombs has been productive throughout the weekend. Deflected and chasing back, Schneid able to grab it up. Trudeau, Lalande set up ahead to Masheryakov, and boy oh boy, even on the edge of their capacity, Northwood able to get pass to pass to pass to connect. With help coming in from the backside, but Thornton able to disrupt the attack, and now Schneid with Coombs coming in on the weak side. Kicked over to Coombs. Coombs up to the point. As this one goes to Lervik, Lervik brings it back down to the ice, chipped up and across neutral ice, as that'll be chased down by Asbridge. Whistled for icing. 3:49 remaining. Second half, regulation. This has been so tightly played. South Kent, though, with a 2-goal lead. And as this has been such a defensive effort out here, the goals are at a premium. And with 3:49 remaining in regulation, we keep an eye on Big Z, as we anticipate that the Huskies will perhaps like to have a sixth attacker. .333 remaining. From the left wing side. Working the cycle around the offensive zone into the low slot. Rebound out in front. And coming away with it is Batten. Batten sends it up ahead. And a hard clapper by Lervik. As we're getting some of that late afternoon sun coming through in that far side corner. Played around by Asbridge. This will come around to the near side and then chopped out. That'll go down for icing. Glenn Burnett with the play-by-play and color commentary. As we have 2:49 remaining. Robin, how you doing? It's tense, isn't it? Robin, by the way, let's give some appreciation there. Robin on the visuals there, operating the camera for us. As we get a timeout.
Timeout, South Kent.
And so Leo, greetings from Finland. The time is 10:37 p.m. in Finland. This timeout is brought to you by Locker Room 5. Hit it hard. Oh wait, that's not the slogan? Folks, Locker Room 5 for all your hockey needs. Oh, they carry other stuff in there as well. But this is a hockey town for sure. Winter sports reigning here in Lake Placid. Locker room 5 is all your hockey needs. Across the street from the municipal parking lot on Main Street, just across the way from the Olympic Center. Just down the hill from Crown Plaza. Just up the street from Generations. Oh, is this correct? Are the Big Z family members horse farmers? Is that correct? Let me know. All right, as we continue play coming out of the timeout. This is brought up into neutral ice. Schneid on the right side as Zelenek trying to get out of the net. And let's double check this here quickly here. And real quick update here. It is not Zelenek in net, and perhaps this might just be a matter of who can get out of the goal quickest. As right now it appears that Trakakis was put in net momentarily, and that may have been just a matter of having speed to come out of the net quickly. Out in front as Batten out on the ice, the 6th attacker, and a stick lost out on the ice, shot wide of the net. Bookbinder in defense as Thornton comes down from behind the net. Thornton will stand in front of the net, as many of the pond hockey players were doing this morning. 3-on-3 with one skater in front of the net with no pads, as this is played to a collective gasp. Bookbinder taking a hit from behind from Bettini. Played off the half wall, back down low, as the Huskies trying to get an opening here. Down by 2 with 84 seconds remaining. Play down to the left wing side, shot, and that's held onto by Davis. Family from number 88, Harkimo, sending greetings from Finland. Hooray, South Kent. 79 seconds left. Greetings from Slovakia. What time is it, Roman? As this is played down towards the end wall, that'll be icing. And we're hearing some shouting out there as I quickly look around, trying to find, is something getting chippy? Not yet. It has been a collegial game out here. However testy it might be down on the ice, they have been very firm in the competition. Defensive games often are. As this is poked up ahead on the left side. Trakakis coming out of the net, shot on net, rebound, as this is picked up. As Bard comes in as the extra attacker. Schneid out on the ice, thrown up ahead by Lervik. Bard down at the end wall, 40 seconds left, as South Kent would love to just freeze it along the baseboards. Lervik with a shot as that is knocked down the ice. 30 seconds remaining as that goes down for icing. Asbridge getting down there to make sure no one beats him to it. Stokes coming out on the ice. Pekar as well for South Kent. In the face-off circle, Masheryakov with Thornton at the point. Shot, goal! 26 seconds remaining, and right from the middle. Sending that heater to the back of the net. Masheryakov, excellent win on the face-off. Without it, Schneid does not get that one blasted off that way. And it did not take long to go from puck drop to shot to back of net. Same as Finland, so it is 10:44. 10:44 p.m. in Slovakia as well as in Finland.
Northwood School Huskies goal scored by number 19, James Schneid. Assisting on the goal, number 10, Nikita Masheryakov, and number 13, Billy Batten. Time of the goal, 24-34, second half.
Masheryakov and Batten with the assist. 5 seconds left. Sent down towards the slot. 2 seconds left. Played out to the mid-stripe, and that'll do it. A valiant effort at the end of regulation for the Huskies, but just not enough as South Kent gains the championship. And so we get a shot over at South Kent celebrating around Davis as they get the victory. And now both teams will gather at the center stripe to exchange goodwill on the handshake line. I don't see a text here.
After the handshake, we'd like to have both teams line up on their blue lines.
As both teams gather at the center stripe to exchange goodwill on the handshake line. Good game, yes indeed. What a way to close out Championship Sunday. Safe travels, good meals, and good luck. What a great day to be a hockey player. What a great day to play hockey. I want to thank Chad Cassidy and his staff at the Olympic Center for their help and support this weekend as we line up along the blue line to award the championship cup. Thank you, Chad Cassidy, and your staff at the Olympic Center. Thank you, Matt Scheller, my producer.
Congratulations to our direct division champions, the South Kent School. Here to present the championship trophy, Northwood School's athletic director, Trevor Gilligan. At this time, we can have the captains for South Kent up to receive their championship trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, your 43rd annual Northwood Invitational Champions, the South Kent School.
And there you have it, folks. Picture of the victors. We want to thank all of you supporting South Kent School, the U18s, and the rest of the South Kent program. Thank you also to those who have been supporting the Northwood School all along, all of the alums, the coaches. We've already gotten a message out about the head coach, Mark Morris, playing out his last season here as head coach. Coach Malaro will take over going into next season. Another successful Northwood Invitational as we get ready to shut down the broadcast here on behalf of illegally blind Robin, the camera operator. We gotta love it. It's an inside joke, folks. You had to be there. On behalf of the folks running the Olympic Center, my producer Matt Scheller, Game Capsule TV, the fans virtually out and around the world, those in-house as well, all of the players and such, and the golfer on the moon to you too. My name's Glenn Burnett with the play-by-play and color commentary. Shutting this one down, you have been watching the 43rd Annual Northwood Invitational Hockey Tournament. We'll see you on the next one.